Hey, fellow mathers. Before we get into this episode, we want to share with you how you can get access to free content, professional learning that will keep your students engaged and doing the math that matters. Get ready to go to this link, mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge.
That's right. Registration is open for the free Math is Figureoutable Challenge that's starting May 15th and runs to the 17th at 7 p.m. Central. We're going to have 3 nights jam packed with learning and routines that you can take straight to your classroom.
In these challenges, we have a great time. We do some math, talk about classroom experiences, give away super cool bonuses and prizes. You won't just walk away with routines that are naturally engaging and encourage your students to think mathematically. You'll also have a chance to win over 6K worth in prizes, including a few virtual PD sessions for your school. I'll be joined by my wonderful co-host Kim and special guest Jenna Labe.
You can register at mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge for a fantastic learning experience. That's mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge. Now on to the show.
Hey, fellow mathematicians. Welcome to the podcast where math is figure-outable. I'm Pam.
And I'm Kim.
And this episode is a Math Strat Chat episode. What is Math Strat Chat? Well, every Wednesday evening, I throw out a math problem on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. People from all around the world chat about the strategies they use. That's why it's Math Strat Chat. It's super to see everyone's thinking.
Okay, so this Wednesday, our math problem was 25.6 minus 12.8. How would you solve this problem? Pause the podcast, solve the problem any way you want. The problem was 25 and 6/10 minus 12 and 8/10. Solve it and then come back to hear how we solved it.
Dum-ta-dum. All right, Kim, you're up. What were you thinking?
Well, so when I looked at this problem, I kind of ignored the decimals a little bit, and I saw 256 minus 128. And I just know that 120 is half of 256. And so I knew that it was going to be 12.8 as the answer.
Because 12.8 is also 12.8. Half of 25.6.
Yeah.
How do you know that 128 is half of 256? Do you know how you know that?
That's a good question. I don't know how I know that. I mean,
I have a wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because you have played around with lots of doubles and you've doubled a lot. And I also wonder if you've paid attention at all to powers of 2 in like computing. So we'll often have 128K something, 256 gigs.
Yeah.
So those are typical powers of 2 that we deal with a lot. So maybe that's why.
Could be. I definitely double and half a lot just in routine.
Yeah. We suggest that with students, right? That a thing mathy people do is play with doubles and play with halves. So a thing you can do to bring that out is to just play with doubles and play with halves with your students and yourself and get your brain sort of thinking in terms of doubles and halves. Yeah, that's kind of an important thing to do.
What'd you do?
Well, interesting to me, I'm looking at getting a new cell phone, new mobile phone. And I was looking at different memory amounts that I could get in the new phone. And those are definitely like 128, 256 were choices.
Maybe that's why I know it. I just got a new phone too.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Very well be it. Absolutely. So stick with that for a second, because that's where my brain went. So my brain thought about 256. And the reason it's a number that we deal with in sort of memory size in computers is because it's a power of 2. So 256 is 2 to the 8th power, and 128 is 2 to the 7th power. So I literally wrote down 2 to the 8th minus 2 to the 7th is 2 to the 7th, which is a little bit of a weird look. You might look at 2 to the 8th minus 2 to the 7th and think the answer should be 2 to the 1st. But that's not right. And so we kind of have to understand that, what does it mean to get from 2 to the 7th to 2 to the 8th? What is that relationship? You have to double it. You literally double 2 to the 7th to get 2 to the 8th. And so what's the relationship between them? Well, 2 to the 7th is half of 2 to the 8th. And so I was thinking about halves. And so 25 and 6/10 minus 12 and 8/10 is 12 and 8/10 is that other half. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, that's great. Very nice.
Bam.
Okay, we can't wait to see your math strategies. I wonder if you were like Pam or if you were like me or something completely different.
Are you ridiculing my
Represent your
strategy a
thinking.
little bit
Not at
there?
all.
Yeah.
Nope, not at all. It's brilliant. Represent your thinking and take a picture of your work and tell the world on social media. And while you're there, check out what other people are doing and comment on their thinking.
Yeah, and tag me on Twitter at PW Harris or on Instagram, Pam Harris _math, and on Facebook at Pam Harris, author, mathematics education. And make sure you use the hashtag MathStratChat. And check out the Math Strat Chat problem we'll post next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then pop back here to hear what we're thinking about the problem. We love having you as part of the Math is Figure Outable movement. Let's keep spreading the word that math is figure outable. Thank you for listening and making math more figure outable.
To learn even more, make sure you register for our free challenge at mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge. You are not going to want to miss the evenings of May 15th through 17th, starting at 7 p.m. Central.
Math teaching, go register now. That's mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge. Join us to make math more and more figure outable. And if you can't join live, register and we'll send you access to the recordings. We'll see you there.